got something to rant about.
Heyo. It's us. We're back.
Revamped better than ever.
We are better than ever. It's the General Rant with me, Callum, and
me, not Callum, but Nathan.
we look like fucking losers if anyone walks past our house because.
Our house. There's been a lot of changes.
There's been a lot of changes since the last ep. If you've ever listened to us before,
probably not because we weren't very famous. Well, we were quite famous in.
We also weren't very good. We listened back to one of them earlier.
Yeah,
and we've deleted everything because they all
it.
sounded shit and they were cringy. So.
Yeah. So
we always ended up on a topic about like bullying or
something quite depressing, or not politically
sad.
Correct.
Yeah,
and then it just makes us look like either sexist or racist, which we're neither.
I'd like to clarify that I never looked like that.
Yeah,
it was only racist Nathan. Anyway, cracking on with it. Yeah, it's been some big changes. Nathan has moved up to Leeds.
Yeah, to Leeds, coming. Living with you, mate. It's been a pleasure.
How's it? Well, yeah. Tell us what you've been up to.
Not a lot. No, just normal single guy shit. a lot of job hunting.
That's what you meant.
That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just found something in my trouser.
Oh, what is it?
A little
it's something you've stolen.
Sorry, that was it was really annoying me. I was like, well, itchy, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then it was that.
You know what? This is quite disgusting. I found in my sock the other day. I was walking through town and I was like, what the fuck? I was in extreme pain, and then I got into sat in a Costa toilet and took all my fucking sock off. There was just a toenail clipping that was spiking me. And I don't know how that happened because I don't want to get too personal. I don't clip my toenails into my socks. So somehow,
where else are you gonna?
Where somehow it had gone into my dirty laundry basket and then ended up in there. It survived a wash, it survived a spin, been dried, and been put on my foot, and it was still there. And
that's disgusting.
It's a real pain in my ass.
A real moist toenail clipping in your sock. This is what I have to live with now. Just a lot of toenail clippings and
everywhere.
Yeah, we've got a nice little house, nice little.
We have a very pleasant house.
The pictures are sitting on the radiator though, which I think we should put up at some point because we've got one picture up on the wall at the minute. It's very boring commentary actually. We should.
The first big change, Nathan's moved up here. Second big change, I've finished uni. That's all. I finished uni, and it's been, to be honest with you, it's been pretty fucking underwhelming. I thought this would be like a second coming for me. It's not.
But you sit there and go, oh, this is it. This is where life really begins.
Yeah, this is it.
You're still a failing musician.
I'm still, if anything, I've become more failed. Cause
no. A bit of a plug here, Melancholy Ray. You got, was it 200,000?
Yeah, we're nearly at $250,000.
Yeah, $250,000. Yeah. Okay. No big deal.
But anyway, basically, not much has changed except now. And it's better in some ways. There's no fucking deadlines and all that shit. But in other ways, then there's fucking rent. I don't get loans anymore. And I know I've comfortably in the back of my mind know that I'm 60 grand in debt, but I'm just not really thinking about it.
The Spotify money will come through.
It will definitely not. They asked me the other day for a tax code, and I was like, "What the fuck does this mean?" So I don't know if they're going to start taxing me.
Good paycheck on it if you got taxed on it.
Oh, mate, the FCC won't let me be.
Quite Eminem. Yeah.
Anyway,
so it brings us into our first topic of conversation today, which was your job. Straight out of uni, you decided, like me when I moved up here, let's go and explore the big wide world. And if you would like to explain your story, that would be quite nice.
So basically, I just finished uni and I was beginning to panic. So I was like, I do have to afford rent and whatever. and I've only got so much money to go around. So I was on the fucking job pages, and I was like, I don't really want to go and do retail again, because
retail's shit.
It's awful. Yeah. I hate it. It's soul destroying. So I decided not to do that. There's more funny stories, I'm sure, about that for another day. But anyway, I was on like Indeed or whatever it's called. I was on like grad jobs and all this sort of shit. And then I came across these marketing jobs, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, in my head I was like, this will be awesome. It'll be like
great experience.
It'll be like in an office. I'll have friends. There'll be a coffee machine. I'll finally have friends. I was like, yeah, let's go for it. This will be like a good little, like a segue into the next stage in my life, because I'm now a working professional. I'm not a student, I'm a working professional. So anyway, I applied for fucking loads. And just before I went for this other marketing job interview, I got a phone call, and they were like, oh, we really want to see you like today, if you could come by for an interview. So I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And this was advertised as it was literally a marketing job. So like I said, I thought this would be office based and whatever. As I later found out, it was not. So I went along. I had an interview. This place was basically like, I'm not going to name drop them, and if I'm honest, I can't actually remember what they were called. But they were basically, they were trying to have a bit of like a Wolf of Wall Street vibe, like a bit of like we're like a trading capital. They had like
just doing
the wallpaper, none of that. The wallpaper was like a map of the world, like as if to try and make people be like, oh wow, I can really get out there.
I can really explore the world.
I can really explore the world.
Door to door.
Yeah,
job.
in this Nathan.
Oh, no, spoil it.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, right. So anyway, I had the first interview, and if I'm honest with you, the guy was just asking me fucking loads of questions about stuff and like what I'd done and all this sort of thing. He complimented my suit, which was very nice. So he lured me in. I was like, this is like a cult. So they said to me, tomorrow, come back, 9 o'clock, you'll do like a few hours in the office. We'll like do another round of interviews, then another interview if you're successful, and then you'll get the job. And I'm like, this is a fucking complicated, long process. Every job I'd had before then had literally been one interview, maybe one assessment on the same day, and then that's it. You've got the job, all sorted. So this is giving me all the expectations of like, this is big money. Like, I'm doing things here. Like this is, this is going to be it. So I go back the next day in wearing a slightly different suit. In the fact I changed my tie.
Ooh,
I know.
Very fancy.
Very fancy indeed.
Someone knows his game of suits.
So I did that, went back, and then I had another like interview thing, and I was with this girl, bless her, who was like, I can't remember, she was like a part-time drama teacher or something, which waste of time, Nathan, drama. And
I'm not going to be a teacher, I'm going to be a famous actor.
And anyway, she, like, we were there, and I felt kind of bad because basically the person interviewing me was asking her all the questions, and then they were just asking me, would you agree or is there more to add? So basically everything she said, I just shut her down, which was just horrible. And this girl was just giving me fucking evils for the whole thing. I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't want to snipe you like this. But I did that, got through it, whatever. Anyway, they then say, you've got to do this test, answer it all right. If you don't get 100%, we won't take you on. So I was literally like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? This is like getting into fucking Oxford uni. So anyway, I somehow managed to apparently scrape by 100%, even though I definitely didn't. Get like invited into the big boss man's office, and he's like, starting a job, come in tomorrow, we'll get all your details sorted, and then you'll start it. Now, what you'd normally do is be like, ask the hours, ask what days you work, ask what's going to happen, pay, everything. I was just so excited to have a job. I was like, fuck yeah. And they bigged it up to me. They were like, oh, if you keep on getting promoted, you'll be able to go to America and do this sort of thing over there. So that's why
they had the world map, because they were like, this is all the places
so
you
they can point at it. Yeah, they were like Australia, America, Canada. I was like, this sounds great. I was like, I want to go and work there. Yeah, no, not there. We're not getting political, but that's not a good place right now. Anyway, so I go in the next day, and then alarm bells begin to ring. He's like, "You need to get a travel card." I was like, "What do you mean? I live like 10-minute walk away from this place." And he was like, "No, you'll be travelling to different places." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "America, Australia." He was like, "No," as if you could get a bus card to America. And he was like, "No, as in you'll be going to different estates and stuff." I was like, well, this doesn't sound like what I signed up for, but I was like, sign me up nonetheless. I was like, no questions asked. I was like, fuck it, sign myself up for a travel card, did all that. Anyway, I then I'm beginning to walk home, and I'm like, I feel like I've signed up for something fucking stupid here. So I get home, have a nice big sleep. I was really ill at the time as well. Like every time I went in, I was like dozing myself up with like anti cough stuff, because I kept on just going like.
Just came to work high as shit from.
That's maybe what got me through. Oh, that's that girl. Whenever she answered something, I was just
What's
like,
that one with the bull on it? Is it
Cavone?
Yeah.
We are sponsored this episode, but we did that right, and then we ended up. What am I on about? So anyway, I went into work the next day, and once again, alarm bells ring thoroughly through my ears. There's a meeting, and I don't know if anyone's watched IT Crowd. I'm hoping a lot of you have. If anyone is listening at this point,
all three people listening.
Right, there's an episode.
My mum, my dad, and your mum.
There's an episode where they're doing like a team meeting, and everyone's in a circle, and they goes around clapping everybody's hands, and he's like, "Thanks to the toilet team, we've got the cleanest arses in London," or something like that. And then he goes around and high fives everyone. That is exactly what happened. Called a team circle, and then he called out teams. And then if you got called out in the team, you had to run around the room high fiving everybody. And then he kept going around. And he was like, "Tell us a fun fact about yourself." And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I play guitar, and he was like, "Bring in your guitar tomorrow. You'll play us a song." I was like, "No." I was like, "Please don't make me do that." I was like,
"Dance, monkey dance."
Yeah. So that happened, right? We just, I kind of just went with it, and then it got to the next bit, and this was a sales script, and I was like, "Oh God, what's happening here?"
Some bloody acting.
Yeah, and then I had to go through it, and the rough sales script. I'll tell you what I'll do. At the very end of this, I'll do a bit of a role play with Nathan, and you can see exactly how dumb this fucking thing was. It was the worst thing ever. So anyway, basically, then we get split off into these teams, and then that's when the fucking penny drops. We go into Bradford. Need I say more?
No.
Panic all over my face. I was fucking distressed, and I was like, "What do you mean?" "Yeah, we're going. Like this is like a door-to-door sales job. This is what I signed up for." And by this point, I'd put my fucking tax codes through and shit. I was like, "Fuck! I've fucking signed. I can't get out. I'm trapped. This is it." And then they were like, "Yeah, so you're going to be selling energy today to people." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "Yeah, door-to-door sales. You're using this script. You're going around and selling it to people." And I was like, basically, what the fuck? So anyway, my Australian tutor for the day, who I think was 100% fucking brainwashed, because she just thought that this was the best thing ever. And basically, as the day went on and I was doing this job, more and more details got revealed to me. So my working day was 10 till 10 at night, which is just fucking minging, and it was also gross. 6 days a week.
Ugh.
So it was Monday to Saturday, but money wouldn't come in because it was so difficult to sell people stuff when nobody wants to buy anything on the door. When's the last time you can think of that you bought something on the door? Other than maybe I don't know, other than a charity.
Oh, I bought some farm. Where I used to live, there used to be a farm that came around and be like, "Oh, hello, we're here to, give you some fruit." And I was like, "Yeah, sweet, yeah, we'll take some bloody fruit." And I think my parents signed up to that. So yeah, well, I say.
Right, fine.
That was about
When's the last time you bought energy, Nathan? Never.
No.
Yeah, right. So that got revealed to me, and then throughout the day, I was kind of edging in there, because you don't want to just sound like a greedy twat and just be like, "How much am I getting paid? Let me know now. How long is my break? What do I do?" And then they were like, "Oh, your pay's all commission." I was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "Yeah, there's no basic pay. It's all just they were like, if a contract goes through, which is fucking difficult because it takes like 2 hours to complete, they were like, yeah, then you'll get your 30 quid. And I was like, even then, in a 10-hour day, if I get one, I'm doing £3 an hour.
That's just no.
And you have to pay for your transport out there, and you have to pay for your lunch. It's like there's no incentives here. I was like, I wanted to feel like a working professional, and instead I feel like a fucking paper boy. Like, this is basically what's happened to me. So the day carried on, and yeah, it was just really shit. But there were some funny things about it. Now, apparently, a part of being a door-to-door salesman means you have to be a fucking annoying bellend in the process. And you have to say...
There's only people who do door-to-door salesmen. But
no, this is the way I was trained.
I mean, they are bellends, some of them.
Yeah. But, right, one of the things was you had to try and flatter them as soon as they opened the door. So, this woman who I was doing it with, for every woman that answered it, and this was like lunchtime in Bradford, like, people who were working would be out of the house, and the people who weren't there were fucking retired, elderly, or they couldn't work. Like, there's people there who basically, like, they're not working for a reason, like, and for most of it is because they were retired, right? So they were going. She was going up to it, and the first line she'd have, if it was a female who opened the door, it'd be, and should I do the Australian accent with it?
I mean, I did a farmer's one, which was quite awful, and probably.
You're right, mate. We're recruiting strikers for the local soccer team. And we've all been told by the neighbours you're the best, and the response rate for the majority was just a frown. Some of them sort of were like, what? And then there's this one guy, and I need to say it because it really just summed up everything for me in that moment. So she went, "You're right, mate. Yeah, we're looking for a new striker for the soccer team. You reckon you could be any help?" And he just like looked down and he was like, "Don't think so, love. I'm disabled." She asked a disabled man if he'd like to join a football team, and to rub it in, she said that all the neighbours, made the neighbours sound like arseholes.
Yeah, all gone. Oh yeah, do you know what we'll do? We'll say to this lady that this guy,
he probably
has
like,
no legs, or whatever he had. I hope he's okay, but
he was fine. But I was just like, that's like, what? Just read the fucking room. So that was one of the things that happened. And then to any female who wants the door, she said, "You're right there, love. We're looking for new cheerleaders for the cheerleading team." And it's like, why do you think that's good? And some of them were just like...
But like, why would that sell energy? Like,
and also, some of them were like, what is a cheerleader? Because, I mean, some of them might not know. A lot of them were quite old. And a lot of them
Bradford,
a lot of them were also just like, you know, I'm 80. I don't know what you're talking about. So... basically, yeah, we got through the day. It's fucking shit. On the way back home, on the bus, I got picked. This is the other thing. I literally got rained on for 10 hours, and I was like, so do we just go? Because, you know, no, like, this is just miserable. Like, they were asking me to, like, write down how many doors we'd done on a bit of paper, and the paper just got soggy and ended up just being like a pile of mush. And then I was just making it up. I was like, 200, I think. And they were like, got to do 200 more. I was like, fuck. I could have just said 400 doors. So anyway, on the way back home, literally fucking soggy through to my crack. There wasn't a bit of me that wasn't wet. I was fucking, everything was just fucking soaked. So I literally on the bus back, I was like, I can't do this job anymore. And she was like, oh, why not? And I was like, I hate it. And then got back, saw the big boss, and he was all enthusiastic. He was like, how's it going, man? He was like, yeah, how's your day been? I was like, can I have a word with you? And he was like, yeah, what about? And I was like, no, like, on our own, can we have a word? And he was like, yeah, sure, man. And he was like, and I was like, Arthur, mate, it's been shit. And I was like, I'm soaked through, and I just don't think I'm cut out of this. I'm not going to waste your time. And he's like, it's only been your first day. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, I couldn't sell anything because you didn't give me the details to sell anything. So he basically made me stand in the rain for 10 hours. And then he was just like, yeah, fair enough. And then he just let me go. And that was it. I thought it would be much more complicated. I thought I'd be stuck in a cult.
Well, the turnover for that company must be absolutely ridiculous.
I did ask this guy, because like, there was this guy who's like the same age as me when we were on a day. And I was like, how long have you been here? And he was like, about a month. And I was like, how many people have you seen come and go? He's like, He was like, to be honest, he was like, I don't really know many people's names. Because every fucking week there's like an extra 10 people coming in and going. So, do that was my experience as a door-to-door salesman. It was something that I wish I just like vlogged it or something, or like taken video evidence. But bad fucking day in the office. A bad day in Bradford. Not that there are many good days.
Yeah.
But a bad day all round. So that really sums it up. Then I worked as a fucking like in a pasta restaurant, and then I got a new job, and I like it. Shout out to the pub/restaurant that I work at. You're the greatest, guys. The greatest pub.
The best bloody people in the world.
The best.
You crack oysters all day and serve them to the public.
That's it. So anyway, yeah, that's literally what's happened since uni. So to sum it up,
in that
bit mixed.
I mean, that took up a big chunk of our time to get that through that story. That was it was a book more than a time.
Yeah, how long are we? Fuck me. Right. Well, I mean, we're going to keep this one short today anyway. But I'd like to just go through the transcript. I want you to be a confused northerner.
Yep.
Right. I'm going to just sort of do the full thing.
Hello.
You alright, mate? We're looking for a new striker for the soccer team. We heard you're the best in the area from all the neighbours.
I'm disabled.
We didn't have to use him.
What was I about to do?
Oh, there's the Paralympics are a thing now. There's disabled football. They recommended all of you there. Well, we've just been speaking to some of your neighbours, and it turns out that 50% of them have been paying too much for their gas and electricity.
Well, I'm not.
Can I have your postcode?
No, I don't pay.
No, come on, mate.
No,
be game. What is your postcode?
Could you? I'm about to have dinner. Do you mind coming back later on?
No, it's just
in
that
2 weeks or something like that.
No, it's just that we've got. What, are you on meter or are you on card?
I'm on meter, mate.
Oh yeah. So what's your postcode?
LS7982.
Perfect, mate. Perfect. Then I tap it into the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, it looks as if you're actually on the best one. I'm sorry for fucking bothering you. I'm going. That was literally the entire thing half the time, and that was it. Also, quick funny story. I invited into this Eastern European lady's house. She was really lovely, but they had a rabbit, and she described the rabbit as a terrorist.
Why?
She was just like, I'm not going to do that accent because it would just sound wrong, but she was just like, oh, this rabbit. She was like, he keeps biting my carpet like a terrorist. I was like, that is not what terrorism is.
I think she got the words mixed up.
A terror, maybe she meant.
Yeah.
He's a wee terror.
Yes.
That's what I meant. So anyway, yeah, that was my fucking day. I thought I'd just give you a bit of a catch up on what's going on. We're basically, in a part of rebooting this podcast, we're gonna it's gonna be restructured. We're gonna kind of do like set topics each week. Still gonna do our little recommendy thing. I think that's quite nice, but we're gonna keep it a bit more stuck
about
to.
His worst job ever. I mean, I don't really have. I've only had like 2 jobs in my life, so I can't really say. I mean, Next was really bad. Sorry, I shouldn't say the company name, but it was.
I think he meant
Mext.
Mext.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucked. My dad actually, when I was trying to find a job, he said, he went, oh, Nathan, we've got he works at the college at the time, and he goes, oh, we've got a cleaning job at 6 a.m. before you go to school. And I was like, no, not fucking doing that. Imagine me being a cleaner at 6 a.m. and then going to school all day. No, fuck that. But that would have been the worst job I think I would have ever had.
Going to school?
Well, I was at school at the time.
Oh, right. I thought
This is years ago.
I thought they meant they were like readmitting you.
No.
You're going back to school, kid.
Is it just to be a cleaner?
You're going to cleaning school.
I mean, like Matt Damon from Good Will Hunting, which was a great reference, by the way, to an absolutely amazing film. I was really impressed with that one.
So, before we round it off, anything you've read, watched, listened to that you would like to recommend?
Well, Good Will Hunting is a great film.
Yeah. Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh, we've been watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares recently here at our
Humble
house.
home.
Yeah, I think most nights we just spend just watching hours and hours of 5-minute videos of Kitchen Nightmares. Sometimes full episodes, but
Mainly compilations. Any good tunes you've been listening to, mate?
not really.
Oh, Well, that's the end of the podcast, everyone.
No, I've just been listening to the normal stuff. I listen to a lot of country music recently, actually. Got a lot of like weird.
Old Town Road.
Yeah. like a lot of old school country music, just on like random compilation albums, and I've been going, this is alright.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does the job. What have I been watching? Fuck all. Been busy earning the cheddar. What have I been listening to? Loads of Interpol. They're very good. New York indie rock band from the fucking early 2000s. I like them very much, and that's all I have to say. I've got to go to work soon. Nathan's got to do some housework because he's the
stay-at-home wife.
He's the stay-at-home wife.
Actually, no, I have a shift on Wednesday, so I'm living the dream.
So that's pretty much it, guys. We'll be back with an episode next week. Our email, in case you want to actually email us, because this is also about us ranting, you know, a little bit each episode and whatever about things that piss us off. If you've got anything to rant about, it's just General Rant Podcast @gmail.com. We'll leave a link in the description.
And if you want to follow us on our Instagrams, because we post very regularly. I don't, but
mine is Callum _. In fact, I'll just leave a link in the bio.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, we'll do that. And
mine's N-A-T.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's nice. So anyway, guys, have a ranty week.
Yeah, we should. We'll probably put up another video this week as an actual podcast.
Yeah, this is an intro.
This is
this
this
is the reboot.
Yeah, this is just kind of us saying the things.
We're drawing a line in the sand.
Yeah.
For your ears.
Well, adios, amigos.
Goodbye.